Okay, this is the final video I was going to make with Dr. Kennet Granholm from Stockholm University. And I was going to ask you, we can talk about Western esotericism, which is an interesting discipline, and the study of Western esotericism is a kind of growing discipline. Where do you anticipate that discipline kind of moving? What's the direction of travel in kind of the coming years, do you think?
Well, we'll start with where I see we should be.
Where it should be.
Yeah. The discipline itself has been very historically focused, very much focused on the elites in that sense. And what we need is more focus on contemporary issues. And actually, I will just for a while do some. This way, do you kind of
that's what people always do, isn't it? They get their book out and that hopefully our library will one day afford that great work. Contemporary it's not. Yeah, I'll hold it because there might be any chance I get to hold one before we afford one in our library.
It is expensive.
But this is Contemporary Esotericism edited by you and by Egil Asper?
Yeah.
And in that, do you set out where you think the historical should be then?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, we're taking the first steps, and I think we need to focus more on contemporary issues, look more kind of, not only texts, but kind of esoteric practice, the way it looks on the field, and lived esotericism, like lived religion, which is something that...
So more about the lived experience of practitioners, rather than rather than just a kind of retreading of the textual roots.
Yes.
That sounds a bit to me like the journey that religious studies has taken over the last 50 years, where it's gone from being a text-obsessed discipline. When I studied it in the late 80s, it was all about reading texts. And actually, because I'm kind of a bit of a textual scholar or interested in text, I'm kind of a bit keen on that still. But I know that the sociology
it is important.
was kind of invisible then. It happened in sociology departments, and anthropology departments, but not in religious studies departments. But there's been a big push since to make it about the lived experience of practitioners within the mainstream religions. So that hasn't fully happened yet in the study of esotericism, you think?
No, it's barely happened at all. But we have Egil and me have a society, contemporary esotericism research network. And with a conference a couple of years ago. So we're trying to we're working on that, and you have plenty of younger scholars and new PhD students and master students who are really getting into it. So it's a generational shift, I would say. So it will happen, but it's barely begun to happen, and it's a good thing. Of course, we still need the textual basis, but we need a lot more study on not only classical esotericism, but popular culture. Of course, that's a thing that I deal with, as Manon does, gender and esotericism, and all that. And plus, you kind of stuff you don't get from examining texts. How does this actually look?
So it says that people do this or should do this, what they actually do.
Yeah.
Is there a tension between wanting to do that kind of sociological or kind of more lived experience side of the study of esotericism, and the fact that many of these traditions are by their nature esoteric, that is a discomfort within people to talk about it? Is that a kind of misconception?
It does happen, but it's not all as common as you'd think. So I've had no problems getting access.
So it's not a barrier?
No. That's where everything you need to know how to get in touch with people and know how to present yourself.
Especially in religious, there were always issues of, the sensitivity to communities and not being kind of crass and not knowing things.
Yeah.
And so I guess that's not any different in your field.
Yeah. No, it's true. And then the thing is with secret societies are not particularly secret.
Right, yeah.
And then that sense, so when I studied Dragon Rouge, I had no problems. at all. Actually, they did actually. I wrote my masters on them, and they read that, and after that they kind of let me.
So they realised that you weren't approaching it in order to kind of to either criticise them as being kind of sinful or to mock them or anything, but you were actually seriously interested.
Yes.
And they pretty welcome serious interest.
Oh yeah.
So that's pretty good.
And that's pretty much. Of course, you have groups which are difficult or impossible to get into, but generally, I'd say it's not too difficult. The main problem would be, which is not really a problem, but the thing with esoteric knowledge is it's some experiential knowledge, so you don't have doctrines in the same way. Which, of course, you have, but kind of rhetoric again, it's experience, and that's really the secret aspect of it. But I've never had problems.
Well, I guess within the study of religions more generally, the actual negotiation within individuals and communities between what the religion says they should believe and how they actually understand that and live it has always been actually rather a grey area.
Yes.
And so kind of more competent or kind of aware scholars have always felt that they need to actually find out more than what it says, and when the answers people might give them sound too much like what it says in the official documents, then there's probably really a story about how they feel about it.
Yeah.
So I guess it's taking those methods that we find in the sociology of religion, the anthropological method and things, and looking to them gives you a precedent for those kind of issues.
Oh yeah. Also, I think actually the benefit here is that we have the historical research. So you have the historical basis, and a lot of the historians have been critical towards sociological research on esotericism and occultism, and that's because in the 70s the research that was done then was really historical, which unfortunately sociologists, which I kind of define myself as more or less a sociologist, and we tend to be really it's modernity and that which came before, which is a bad way to do history. But now I had the possibility to actually take the historical studies and kind of move on from there and add things to it. So learn from the history, and if we did that, it will be great. So.
And that's a generational shift.
Yes,
it's going to take a while, but it leaves it as a very open, exciting field. Lots of young PhD students coming. There's no shortage of work for them to do.
Yeah, true.
Okay, thank you.